What is up, you guys? Your friendly neighborhood Boonslayer here. Um, I'm an idiot. I did not realize that the Steam Greenlight page was up when I did my little trailer reaction. So I decided instead of giving some analysis straight from the trailer, because most of what I can cover here covers the trailer too. I'm going to use the information we have from the trailer. I'm also going to use a few images from the Greenlight page, and as well as some information in text from the Greenlight page. To kind of try to get some kind of indication of where it's going. I'm going to try not to go into speculation really at all. Although chances are there's going to be a little bit of speculation in what I have to say, because that's basically what we have to go on right now. So first, here's an image of the office. One thing that's very clear here, there does appear to be either a large window or a large mirror in the front of our office. If it's a window, we're likely going to be seeing animatronics coming this way to get towards us. I'll show you why in a second. We'll get to that in a moment. But if it's the vents, then there may be animatronics who can come through the vents. I don't think it's a mirror simply because we can't see ourselves. Then again, with our angle, we might not be able to see ourselves anyway. But if we can see an animatronic coming through there, I don't know. That may just mean we're boned. But I think it's more likely a window, but there's always the possibility that it's a mirror, simply because traditionally, the store isn't as well lit like this. The box from the teaser image is in the corner, and as you can see, it's got all the stuff that was in the box before. Some people think that we're going to be able to use these animatronic heads. I doubt it. It really looks like it's part of the background. And it seems like a very complicated mechanic, which, again, I'll get into new complicated mechanics in a moment. Although, new mechanics, basically, in general. Really. Next, we have this image from the of the camera screen. Now, take a look at the map on this camera screen. There's something, because always when you're looking at the camera in these games, first of all, notice how the camera does not take up the full screen like it used to. There may be a particular reason for this, or it may just be coincidental. But if you take a look at the camera here, you have 10 cameras, which this is actually the smallest Freddy's location, which is no surprise, and it does also seem to be one straight shot all the way through. But also there's only one entrance into the office, which in every previous game there was more than one entrance, which means it may very well be possible this is more minimalistic. We can see an animatronic in the corner, and we can see Foxy's head. We know that this place has been redecorated as sort of a haunted house type of place, sort of a horror experience as they call it, and that they now have one animatronic. At least one that they know works, because Bonnie was kind of looking at us in the trailer. He turned his eye. This indicates that maybe there's one animatronic that works, but they have other showpieces that are still haunted. So basically, and we can see that the interface for the camera looks slightly different. Not a whole lot different, but there's just small variations. Also, we're not really seeing anything else about the HUD. There's no HUD information. And here we see a particular menu that has me wonder, that basically gives me an indicator that there may be a reason we're not seeing any HUD information. So this is a system restart menu. There appears to be a system menu for the location. As you can see, we have the audio devices, the camera system, and the ventilation. Now, it seems clear why you would need to reboot these. If there's an error, chances are you can try to reboot it to get it working again. Obviously, audio devices is going to affect what you can hear. camera system is going to affect what you can see, what you can see in your cameras and everything. The weird one is the ventilation system. Now, it seems like, to some, that this would mean that if there's an error in the ventilation system, that things can crawl through the ventilation. That could be the case because the vents were a thing in the last game. But I have another idea. Because those are some pretty small vents. I'm not sure if you noticed. Let's go back to that first image. That's a pretty small vent for something to crawl through. Also, if you look at the map here, there's no pathway for those vents. No. It's probably not them crawling through the vents. I know this sounds like a stretch, but it's probably not animatronics being able to crawl through the vents. No. See, there was this cut mechanic from both Five Nights 1 and Five Nights 2, and the files for this mechanic, or at least 1 or 2 of the files, were still in the game. This was the toxic meter. And the thing is, I feel like the ventilation system may be something important, because it seems clear that the animatronics are going to try to shut these systems down, and you need to reset them. Why on earth would you need to reset the ventilation if animatronics aren't going through the vents? I don't think... See, it's not the ventilation locks. It's not the locks for the vents. Those would not be controlled by the same system as the audio and the cameras. Okay? Those would probably be like hard locked. Those would be locked with... Those would not be digitally locked. I don't see why they would be digitally locked. No. Ventilation refers to the circulation of air in the facility, which means possibly if the air is not being ventilated properly, you could start having some problems breathing. In fact, if the masks make a return, you could very well wind up using toxic meter to be inside of the mask. I mean, Jeremy was breathing pretty heavy in Five Nights 2. You gotta think that mask not so comfortable. So it's possible that with like 30 years worth of age or more, the masks become even less comfortable to wear, to the point where they got like mold growing in them. And it may become harder to get fresh air if the ventilation is out. And, you know, I could be wrong, but I think possibly the ventilation in the system restart menu is an indicator of the toxic meter finally coming into Five Nights at Freddy's. But what do you guys think? Is this an indication of the ventilation meter? How many animatronics are we really going to be dealing with? Why is the box of heads there? Is that just a decoration, or are we going to use that in some way? Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like if you liked what I had to say, or if you liked that I had anything to say at all. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, is your friendly neighborhood Boonslayer signing out. Bye!